Hi friends, welcome to Digital Tech by Vignesh Balaji. So in this video series, we are going to see logging in JavaScript. So you can ask like logging is a simple functionality, like you can just place a console.log in your code and you can see that in the browser console. But there are a lot of useful things within logging in JavaScript. So there are some methods which I found it useful, so we can see that in detail. So I think it will be very useful for you guys. So let us open up the browser console and see what are the things that are available inbuilt in JavaScript. So basically, if you want a console log, you will do like console.log. So this is a pretty simple one, like everyone would have used, right? But there are other things within the console, that is like console.log and console.error, console.warning and console.info. So basically you would have seen this console.warning in, like, if you use npm install or any stuff like that. So you would have seen this console.warning. So you just have a warning symbol in front of that, like this, and as well as console.error. So this is nothing but it says the error has occurred. So you can see the difference between the console.log, warning and error. That's one last thing which I think is very important, that is console.info is nothing but logging some information that will be useful for the user. So this is basically the four types of console logs that are available, and besides this there are like general logging methods. We have few methods that are used to do tracing of the how code executes, and that are like, there are two parts that we are going to cover, that is stack tracing and asserting. So stack tracing is nothing but like it will tell you how the code has been executed, and we will see that within a function, right? So we declare a function with some name hi, and it's like a parameter of name. So I'm making console dot trace, so that will give you a trace how the code is executed. So this particular function will return the hello name. This is a template string we would have used. So I just define a function hi, and I'm going to input a name, some Ram. So if you see here, we can get the trace of the logs. Like see, first is hi, has the function, so on, and then it's like the anonymous. The anonymous is this function that gives you the hello Ram. So this is the trace which gives you the trace of the logs that has been happened. And the second one which I have mentioned is asserting. So asserting is like whenever you would have used the testing library, so there is a function called assert. So that nothing but is just validate the condition and say it's a fail or pass. So within the console object we have an function called assert. So if you say like 1 is equal to 1, so it is true, right? So we can log condition is true. So it doesn't give you any logs, okay, because it is true, so it doesn't give you any logs over there. But if this condition fails, say 1 triple equal to this one, so this will fail. So you can see assertion failed, condition is false. So whatever the message, the first thing is the condition, and second one is the string that you have to like output. So basically where you can use this console.assert, like wherein you have to debug some what is the type of the data that you get in. So you can actually do a console.assert over there. It's just for an validation purpose. So and it is also like you're doing an assertion test. So that is useful over there. And the next thing that we are going to see within the logging functionality is formatting the logs. So let me clear this one, and formatting logs. Suppose you are going to print some object or array of object. So basically what you will do is like, let us define an object. Okay, so where obj equal to, I give a name, so basically I define an object over here, and I'm just going to print a console.log obj. So basically this is pretty formatted, but when you see it in console, it is actually doesn't give like this. It will be something like object or something like that. So there is another method that is called console.dir. So console.dir is a way to print out the objects in a nice formatted way, so that if you see in like a Node.js console or wherever the console that you run, so it basically gives you the detail, the structure that the object is, the way the object is defined actually. So console.dir. So it will give you the structure like a name and the age and key and value. So this is the formatting of logs, and as well as we can actually format the DOM actually DOM. So that's a one method called console.dirxml. So I'm just going to print the document.body. I'm just going to print the document.body of this page which you're seeing in the left side. So if you see here, this will print a complete object, the complete object of the body. Okay, so you can see the complete body tag here. So so simply if you, for your debugging purpose, if you want to get any like DOM elements over in the console, you can actually print wherever it is. Like suppose you have a dynamic elements, so you can actually go ahead and print and test that actually. So there are another one thing is called console.count. So this method is actually used to check how many times the console actually has been executed. So it will give you the count how many times this particular console has been printed. So that is useful when you can check like how many times it has been printed. So basically it is used for a debugging purpose. Suppose say we have an array. So I'm going to do for each of for each, and I'll have a condition like if it is an even number, like I'm going to count it as an even. If it is an odd, it will be like odd. So the count should be like the even should be 2 and the odd should be 2. So basically just reminder is equal to 0. So if it is true, I will make a console. So that's a function called console.count, and I will make it as even. Else console.count odd. Yeah, if you can able to see here the odd one and even one and odd two and even two. So basically it just prints out how many times that particular console has been executed. So you can use console.count. So and if you want to clear, you can actually clear console.clear. It's just like basically clearing the console for you. And the next thing that we are going to see in logging is that recording of timings. Okay, So we can record timing, how long an operation took to complete using a console, and you can start a timer with console.time, and you can end with console.end time. So we are going to see how to do that. So it just basically used to see how much time the code has been taken to execute. So timer start, and then I'm going to do a set timeout. So set timeout, basically once the particular timeout is done, it will just log it. And finally we have to give console.time end. So this is just basically the end of the timer. So we have actually here you have to give the same name what you have given over here. So this is just like this thing. So it basically based on the string it will actually get that. So you should give the same name as here. So we can see now. So you can see how much milliseconds it has been taken for executing. So this is the one, like and as well as we have groupings. So grouping, like if you want to group particular console log within certain intervals, so it is pretty much similar as time. So console dot group. So here also you have to give the same name. Suppose grouping. So this is start of the group, and if you place some other console, like some console log hi, how are you, and we are going to end the group. So it's like group end. We have to give the same name. So that is how this identifies this particular two console is belonging to this particular group. So this is basically it. What is the error that I have? Grouping. I think I forgot to pay. It just recognize the semicolons. Let me place that. I think it will work. Yeah, you can see grouping hi, how are you. So just place the semicolon so that it doesn't so there these are pretty much about grouping. And we have seen grouping and timer. So it's just like timer is for like seeing the execution time, the use case I'm saying, and grouping is just to group the particular console logs. And the final thing that we are going to see in the logging is like viewing the tabular. Like we can view the console logs in a table format. Suppose you are having an array of objects that you have to view it in a table. So we have a console dot table that allows you to display in the tabular format. So just we define an const so that has an array of objects. So say name John, age 1, and basically we'll copy paste this. So we have okay, I didn't give a name. Okay, so we have made a constity, so which is nothing but an array of objects. Now I am going to print this as a table. So there's a thing called console.table, and we have to pass the variable t. So it just prints the table in a tabular format. So this is more like useful, where you can see in like large set of data in a tabular format. And it also provides with the sorting functionality to say. So if you click on this index, you can see like sorting happens, like now it is in like now it is in ascending order, now it is in descending order. So this sorting is also available. So this is inbuilt sorting. You can sort the table by a particular column by clicking on the column table. So you can, it is available for all the columns. So basically the ages they're given the same number, so you don't see any changes over there. So these are the basic console logs, like not a basic, this is an in-depth concepts that are available in a logging of JavaScript. And you can also do another thing as a styling, that I think most would have done that previously. So these are like recap what we have seen. So basically we have seen the 4 types of logs, that is log, error, warning and info. And we have seen the tracing, that is track tracing and asserting. And we have seen the formatting, that is console.dir, and we have seen console.dir xml. And then we have seen timer, and we have seen group by, and finally we have seen the table with sorting features. So these are the features that are available as part of logging in JavaScript. So I think it will be very useful to you guys, because we have seen this logging concept in depth. And please subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more videos on JavaScript, so you will get more in-depth concepts from Digital Tech by Vignesh Balaji channel. And share to your friends if you find useful. Finally, thanks for your time.